I found out why my mom hated my fiancé, and now I can never look at either of them the same way. I've always been close to my mom, Mrs. Johnson. My dad passed away when I was 8, so she raised me alone. She sacrificed a lot for me, and I never wanted to disappoint her. When I met Jessica, I thought I had found the perfect woman. She was beautiful, driven, and had this charm that made me feel like the luckiest man alive. We dated for 3 years, and when I finally proposed, she said yes. I was over the moon. So, naturally, I couldn't wait to introduce her to my mom properly. And at first, everything seemed fine. Mom smiled. She was polite. She even complimented Jessica's dress. I had expected her to be a little overprotective, maybe even skeptical, but no, she acted normal. I remember thinking, wow, this is going way better than I expected. Jessica and I left my mom's house that day, and she said, "Your mom is so sweet. I think she really likes me." I smiled, relieved, but I had no idea what was coming next. Things start to feel off. For a while, everything was perfect. Mom even invited Jessica over for dinner a few times, and things seemed okay, too okay. Then, out of nowhere, my mom started acting strange. She became distant. Whenever I brought up wedding plans, she changed the topic. When Jessica wasn't around, she would randomly say things like, "Daniel, are you sure about this girl?" Or, "Something just doesn't sit right with me." I brushed it off as normal motherly concerns. But then, she started digging. She asked me odd questions. How did we meet? Where did she grow up? What does her family do? At one point, I even got frustrated. "Mom!" "What's with the interrogation? You liked her before." She hesitated and then said, "I just need to be sure, Daniel. Something feels familiar about her." I laughed. Familiar? Like what? Past life familiar. She forced a smile and let it go. But I should have paid attention. I should have known that something was very, very wrong. The first red flag. One evening, Mom asked me to send her a picture from Jessica's Instagram. She said she wanted to show her friends what her future daughter-in-law looked like. I didn't think much of it. I sent it. That night, everything changed. Mom called me. Her voice was tight, like she had just seen a ghost. "Daniel, you cannot marry that girl." I frowned. "What? Why?" "Just listen to me. End it now. I don't want to hear her name again." I was stunned. "What the hell, Mom? What happened?" She refused to answer. Refused. Just kept repeating, "She's not the right one for you. Trust me." Trust her? How could I trust her when she wouldn't even tell me the reason? I refused to break up with Jessica. Then, 2 weeks later, I got a call that shattered everything. The call that changed everything. It was my best friend, Tund. His voice sounded weird, uneasy. "Bro, I don't even know how to tell you this." I felt a sinking feeling. "Just say it." "I was at a hotel today," he said. "I saw your mom there." I raised a brow. "Okay, what's wrong with that?" Tund took a deep breath. She was with a man. They looked close. I almost laughed in relief. "Bro, my mom is a grown woman. She can date." "That's not the problem," Tund said. "The problem is, Jessica was there too, with the same man." My heart stopped. "What?" "She came in an hour after your mom did, and she went straight to the same guy." I couldn't process it. It didn't make sense. Jessica and my mom's boyfriend? How? I asked Tund if he got the guy's name. He hesitated before saying, "Chief Benson, the truth that broke me. I needed to see it with my own eyes." That night, I followed my mother. She went to a fancy lounge, dressed in a way I had never seen before, like she was trying to impress someone. I waited outside, and then I saw him, Chief Benson. He was an older man, maybe in his late 50s, dressed in an expensive suit. They greeted each other warmly, and he kissed my mom's hand. I was already feeling sick. But then Jessica walked in. She was smiling, confident, too comfortable. And then she kissed him too. My fiancé, my mother, the same man. I felt like my brain was shutting down. I wanted to scream, to storm inside, to demand answers. But I forced myself to wait. I needed more. And then I got the final twist that shattered my entire reality. The plot twist I never saw coming. Later that night, I confronted my mom. She tried to deny it at first, but then she broke down. She admitted everything. She had been seeing Chief Benson for almost 2 years. And then came the worst part. "Daniel." I recognized her the moment I saw her, she whispered. I just didn't want to believe it. I stared at her. Recognized her? From where? She swallowed hard. And then she said the words that ruined my life. Jessica has been with Chief Benson for 5 years. My whole world cracked open. I turned to Jessica. Tell me she's lying. Jessica was shaking. She couldn't look at me. And that's when I knew. The woman I wanted to marry had been a sugar baby to my mom's boyfriend for years. Long before she ever met me. The worst part, neither of them knew about each other. And I was the idiot caught in the middle. The aftermath. I called off the wedding immediately. Jessica tried to explain. She swore she loved only me and that the arrangement with Benson was just for financial security. I didn't care. It was over. My mother? I stopped speaking to her for months. I moved out. I just couldn't be around her anymore. I don't know if she's still with Benson. I don't care. All I know is I learned 2 things from this nightmare. Trust your instincts. When someone refuses to explain why they hate your partner, sometimes the truth is worse than you could ever imagine.